Hey guys, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn, and today I'm doing a video of the top 15 Star Wars villains without the Force. Let's get on into this video. At number 15, I have Dryden Vos. I liked Paul Bettany's performance as Dryden. He was not exactly that threatening. I mean, he has his moments where he's a little threatening, and he's barely in the movie, so that's why he's in last, but he was still a good villain, and I wish we got more screen time of him. Number 14, I have Krennic, and Krennic is a little low, yes, but there are a ton of villains out there now compared to when there was Rogue One, and Krennic is a really good villain in Rogue One, that's certain. He's a great villain for the film, and yeah. 13, I have Jabba the Hutt. He is a good villain for the start of Return of the Jedi, and yeah, he's been around for a while. Number 12, I have Captain Phasma, and I liked Phasma, but she's barely in Star Wars is the thing. She's got a few moments in Force Awakens, and then she just dies in Last Jedi. Which, yeah, I wanted to see more of her because she could have been fleshed out and became a good villain. Oh well. Up next, I have General Hux, and I liked Hux in Force Awakens. I liked him in Rise of Skywalker, and Last Jedi just made him into a complete, loser, basically. He just gets tossed around with the Force by Kylo Ren and Snoke, and it's just turned into a joke in Last Jedi. But yeah, I like Hux in Force Awakens. He's a good villain. And then in Rise of Skywalker, I liked how he was the spy. And I kind of saw it coming when I first saw Rise of Skywalker. And I also liked his reason why he was the spy, because he didn't want he didn't care if they won. He just wanted Kylo Ren to lose. Up next, I have Jango Fett, and I might get a lot of criticism for this, but he's only in Attack of the Clones, and even so, he's barely in that, so yeah, he's kind of low. Number 9, I have Moff Gideon, and I like him. He's kind of like Thrawn, but to a lesser extent. And I wish we actually got to see how he got the Darksaber, because he's a good villain for both of the seasons of The Mandalorian that he's in. But yeah, I wish we gotten to see how he got the Darksaber and more of him, which hopefully we do in Season 3 of The Mandalorian. Number 8, I have Agent Callus, the main villain of Seasons 1 to 2 of Star Wars Rebels. Okay, maybe the secondary main villain, but still, one who definitely deserves a Black Series, but no. Anyway, yeah, Callus is here because he is a good villain, and I also like how when he becomes a good guy, that too. So yeah, Callus is here. And before I get someone in the comments who says technically all people in Star Wars have the Force, this means people who aren't Sith or like that have the Force. These are just people, normal people with regular levels of Force, not full like a Sith. I just forgot to mention that at the beginning, so yeah. Number 7, I have Tarkin, and he might be a little low, but there are some good villains out there, like I said, so yeah, Tarkin's here. He is a great villain in A New Hope, and even in Rogue One, he's a pretty decent villain, plus Rebels and Clone Wars and Bad Batch, they always make him a good villain that's similar to what he was when he was in A New Hope. Yeah, Tarkin, good villain, number 7. Number 6, I have Previsla. I wish we got more of him, but he is not in that many episodes of Clone Wars. Oh well. And yeah, he's a good villain throughout those episodes. He's very threatening, and the way how he's skilled with the Darksaber, and how he was the one who introduced us to the Darksaber in Clone Wars. Yeah. Number 5, I have Crosshair. Now, Crosshair is very threatening, okay? Because he's killing women and children and just innocent civilians on missions. He is extremely threatening, yes. And then he's also very entertaining when he's on screen. Because you want him to turn back to the Bad Batch, but he doesn't. And yeah, he's very threatening throughout all of Season 1, and I can't wait to see him in Season 2. Number 4, I have General Grievous, because he was a good villain in Revenge of the Sith, and then he was also a good villain when he was in Clone Wars. And I like how they purposefully did that in Clone Wars, where he never meets Anakin, so it aligns with the Revenge of the Sith when those two meet. Number 3, I have Boba Fett, and this might be the most criticized thing on my list, but he's no longer exactly a villain since Mando Season 2. He's now become a good guy, so that's why he's not in first, because he's no longer a villain. If he, however, was still a villain, then he would probably be first, but no, Boba's a good guy now, which is what's holding him back. Number 2, I have Cad Bane, a very threatening villain, who is also very entertaining to see each time, whether it be in Book of Boba Fett when they got his look wrong, and in Clone Wars and Bad Batch. Yeah, even just his episode where they introduce him in Clone Wars was really good. Way to establish how threatening he is. Number 1, you guys all know who it is. It's Thrawn. Thrawn knows what you're going to do next for your attack before you even know, okay? He has backup plans for his backup plans. Only once was Thrawn ever defeated. And that was by a plan so bizarre that no one could ever anticipate that someone using space whales against you. That's the only time Thrawn's been defeated like that, with a plan that was so bizarre. He takes losses and turns them into victories. Like with how when Zeb destroys all those probes in Season 3 of Rebels, Thrawn takes that as an advantage, so now he can figure out where their base is, because it narrows down a bunch of planets. Or when, in the finale of Rebels, how when they've captured all those Imperials, he has the Star Destroyer open fire on the city and he won't have a casualty of an Imperial soldier. Thrawn, best villain in Star Wars without the Force. I know I'm going to get some criticism in the comments, so just do it. I don't care. But this is Grand Admiral Thrawn signing off, and let me know who your favorite villain without the Force, like in this case, is down in the comments below. See you in my next video.